Hello everyone. How are you? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Welcome to my channel, The Last of Us 24 and new video your favorite series, The Last of Us. Subscribe to my channel for more new episodes of The Last of Us and new news. The Last of Us on HBO just dropped its second episode, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. The show has captivated audiences with its near-perfect recreation of moments from the beloved PlayStation game. The Last of Us also includes new twists and turns that keep viewers on their toes. The series has many on an emotional roller coaster from the start. It was a punch to the gut when 12-year-old Sarah Miller, played by Nico Parker, was shot and killed her father. And, as it turns out, HBO had more tragedy planned. The Last of Us. Tess died, but it could have been worse. In the latest episode of HBO's The Last of Us, we saw the tragic death of Anna Torv's character, Tess. In the game, Tess' death happened off-screen before the player had to face the soldiers. But in the show, viewers got to see her sacrifice herself. She set fire to a building infested with clickers. This made for a much more emotional moment. However, according to the show's official HBO Max podcast, Tess' death was supposed to be even more heartbreaking. The Last of Us. Heartbreaking scene cut by HBO. Co-creators Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin revealed that they wrote a backstory for Tess that was cut from the final episode. According to the official HBO podcast, The Last of Us creators dropped some inside info on the storyline. They said, "We wrote it, we never shot it. It was a little bit of a backstory for Tess, and the fact that Tess had a kid." Mazin also said, "She had a husband, and she had a son, and they were infected, and she had to kill them. Tess killed her husband, but she could not kill the son. She couldn't do it. She locked him in the basement, where probably he's still a clicker." Druckmann added that they had planned an opening scene based on Tess's backstory, but they decided to cut the scene because it was too emotional and tragic. Why the tragic storyline was abandoned? The scene may have been cut because Joel Miller's daughter, Sarah, had just been brutally killed in the first episode of The Last of Us. Another child death may have been too much and too emotional for many viewers. But it's not the first HBO series to kill off a main character early on. Neil Druckmann went on and said, "We had a cold open where the camera pushed on this door, and you just hear this pounding coming from this basement, and then we cut out. And then later, Tess would tell the story of how she couldn't kill her son," he said. "It just didn't fit. But it was fun to think about." If the show lives up the video game, Tess will not be last one to die a tragic death. So far, fans are loving the new HBO series.